This story is called Animal Friends. Once upon a time, in a small house deep in the woods, lived a lively family of animals. House. There were Miss Kitty and Mr. Pup Brown Bunny, Little Chick, Fluffy Squirrel, Pokey Turtle, and Tweeterbird. Each had his little chest and his little bed and chair, and they took turns cooking on their little kitchen stove. See that? And their stove is on this page. They got along nicely when it came to sharing toys, being quiet at nap times, and keeping the house neat. But they could not agree on food. When Miss Kitty cooked, they had milk and catnip tea and little bits of liver on their plates. Pup didn't mind the liver, but the rest were unhappy. See? Can you tell if they're unhappy? And they didn't like any better the juicy bones Pup served them in his turn. When Bunny fixed the meals, she arranged lettuce leaves and carrot nibbles with artistic taste. But only Tweeterbird would eat any of them, and when Tweeter served worms and crispy chewy seeds, only Little Chick would eat them. Little Chick liked bugs and beetles even better. Pokey Turtle would nibble at them, but what he really hungered for were tasty ant eggs. Fluffy Squirrel wanted nuts and nuts and nuts. Without his sharp teeth and his firm paws, the others would not get a nibble from a nut, so they all went hungry when Fluffy got the meals. Finally, they all knew something must be done. They gathered around the fire one cool and cozy evening and talked things over. The home for me, said Mr. Pup wistfully, is a place where I can have lots of bones and meat every day. I want milk and liver instead of bugs and seeds, said Miss Kitty, daintily smoothing her skirt. That's the kind of home for me. Nuts for me, said Squirrel, and I'll get them myself. Ant eggs, yawned Turtle. Crispy lettuce, whispered Bunny. A stalk of seeds, dreamed Bird, and some worms make a home for me. New homes are what we need, said Mr. Pup, and everyone agreed. So bright and early next morning, they packed their little satchels and they said their fond goodbyes. Squirrel did not pack. He waved goodbye to all of them, for he had decided to stay in the house in the woods. And there you see, they're all getting ready to go. He started right into gathering nuts. Soon there were nuts in the kitchen stove, nuts in the cupboards, nuts piled up in all the empty beds. There was scarcely room for that happy little squirrel. See that? Can you see all the nuts? Look at that. Look at all the nuts. The others hopped along till they came to a garden with rows and rows of tasty growing things. Here's the home for me, said bright-eyed Brown Bunny, and she settled down there at the roots of a big tree. There's the bunny. Whoops, I knew it was in and out of focus. And there's the big tree. Little Chick found a chicken yard full of lovely scratchy gravel where lived all kinds of crispy, crunchy bugs. Here I stay, chirped Chick, squeezing under the fence to join the other chickens there. There you see that. And do you see the tasty little crunchy bugs? Pokey Turtle found a pond with a lovely log for napping, half in the sun, half in the shade. Close by the log was a busy, bustling anthill, full of the eggs that Turtle loved. Tweeterbird found a nest in a tree above the pond, where he could see the world, the seeds on the grasses, and the worms on the ground. "This is the home for me," sang Bird happily. And then you see Pokey Turtle, and you see Tweeterbird. Miss Kitty went on till she came to a house where a little girl welcomed her. "Here is a bowl of milk for you, Miss Kitty," said the little girl, "and a ball of yarn to play with." So Miss Kitty settled down in her new home with a purr. Mr. Pup found a boy in the house next door. The boy had a bone and some meat for Pup, a bed for him to sleep in, and a handsome collar to wear. "Bow wow," barked Pup. "This is the home for me." And here you see Miss Kitty, and you see Mr. Pup. That night each one said, as he went to sleep, "At last I found the best of all, the very best home for me." That's it. See you again soon.